on the mic. Can't have that. I'll just be staring at it the whole time.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Dumb Dad Podcast. My name is Kevin, and I'm a dumb dad.
Hey, my name's Evan. I'm a dumb dad.
Look at that energy.
Still a dumb dad. 105 times in a row.
This
100
isn't
and something times in a row.
This isn't a podcast to get us out of it.
Oh.
It's to embrace
Oh,
it.
well, then the streak is still alive. Cheers to that.
So loud.
Sorry.
Cheers. What are we drinking?
Simple. Castaway IPA
Elegant.
by Kona Brewing Company. These are made in Hawaii.
Oh.
No wonder it tastes stale because it's got a long way to get here.
Portland,
good.
Portland, Oregon.
You get these in a 115 pack.
Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Brewed by Kona Brewing Company. Portland, Oregon. Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
See, the thing is, that's how big they are. Okay? You understand that? The waves are big, and so is the brewery's outreach.
I don't think
What
they're
do
in
you think
Hawaii.
of that? I think they just like Hawaii.
Yeah. How's it going, pal?
It's going, man. I had one of those days. I had one of those days today that it just kind of feels like,
Darn
you know,
it.
nothing really bad happened,
Uh-huh.
but just like not a lot of stuff went great.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
So a day.
Yeah, a day, but I'll give it, we'll just fire off. We're just going to get right into it because it's kind of, there's like dumb dad moments sprinkled all in this kind of situation.
Oh, I love it.
But I want to do, well, should we talk about the wife first? It was a fun trip up north.
Mm-hmm.
My wife ran a half marathon.
Yeah, she did.
As your wife
Yeah.
inspired her to do.
Previously on Wife Run.
On
A Runaway Bride.
Wife Run Watch 2021. Ran her first running race. Well, she's done a couple 5Ks, but I mean,
Her first half marathon.
First half marathon, yeah. First half marathon. Super proud of her. Trained for a few months, and it was awesome. We went up to Solvang, California, wine country.
Mm-hmm.
You guys rose up, very sweet. Drive up in support. It was fun. We went to a winery. That was incredibly fun.
It was incredibly fun with the asterisks.
Mm-hmm. You
Of
mean the
children.
You mean the kids? The asterisk represents children.
They are just in these last 2 years, 2+ years.
Yeah.
We don't go out for obvious reasons, and we were at a winery where you could sit outside. Children were allowed. We got some snacks, and
A little bit of a charcuterie situation.
Yeah.
we made for ourselves.
and it was just a great reminder to just still don't go out with your kids.
It was fine. They got to run around and play and yell at each other on the other picnic benches, and
Yeah,
we
it's
could yell at them from our picnic bench.
Yeah, they
Which
don't
was kind of fun.
listen. It's
Yeah.
you just think about I paid for this.
Yeah,
That's
paid
what
for
I
every
think about.
aspect of this.
I paid for to go, oh, I'd love to sit outside in wine country, drink some wine, and constantly tell my kid to stop throwing rocks at cars.
Yeah, put the acorns down. Where are you getting those? It was
If your car was damaged in Solvang, California at a winery, this was a joke and not at all real. Do not at me.
I told you, Sarah. I knew it.
I told you that
I
dent wasn't there when
knew
we
it.
got here.
That dent was not there when we got there. It's a door. It's probably somebody's door, okay? Don't add us. It was fun. We had a great time. Very proud of my wife for getting it done. Very hilly up there.
Congrats.
Very hilly run. Big, massive congrats. So we're very proud of her. Gosh, few dumb dad moments on that trip. My favorite one.
Excellent.
Yeah, my favorite one actually was kind of like I guess it was kind of a dumb mom moment, dumb parenting moment, whatever. Like my wife, I was so cute. My wife and my son's like a lunchbox that he takes to school.
Uh-huh.
We also have one for my daughter that we pack when we go to the zoo or something, whatever, because she's
Sure.
3. And she packed them both like, here's a bunch of snacks for you guys.
Great.
The funny thing is, we get in the car, it's like, strap up, here's your tablet. You can't watch this stuff. We don't have internet. You got to watch this. We've curated some movies for you. And,
Right.
my daughter's 3. She just was like, it's not working. Because, like, nothing would work.
Yeah,
It's
that
like,
doesn't make sense to her.
there's no way for me to
The
explain
internet
to you
doesn't
that
make
the
sense to
internet-
me.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it was funny. Like, then she gives him like a lunch bag, and she's like, opens it up, like, look at all these snacks. These are for you. You can eat them in whatever order you want.
Great.
grapes, some granola, some candy bars,
Sure.
whatever's in it, chips, everything you
Yeah.
want on a road trip, right?
Yeah.
Every 3 minutes. Can I have something to eat? It's like, it's next to you. I showed it to you. Can I have a snack? Like, yes. And you can pick it. You don't need to. You can eat as many of it as you want. So finally, my daughter falls asleep.
On the way there, or the way
eating-
home?
On the way there,
Okay.
falls asleep eating one of these granola bars that has like a chocolate bottom to it.
Which is, never a good idea.
Never a great idea. She was holding it, so it like melted in her hand, and the whole time she's sleeping, she's like wiping her hand on the seat, on her leg,
Oh.
wiping her bangs away from her face. She's got chocolate like
Oh, no.
absolutely everywhere back there. I mean, I think I was driving. I turned around. I was like, "What's on her face?"
Did you almost panic?
No.
That
But
she just dumped and then
Yeah,
just was
no.
like, oh, that was a sweaty one.
Yeah. Having a fecal frenzy back there. It was, I kind of figured it was like from the candy bar when it was just like death gripped into her hand because she's napping and it's just melted everywhere. It was so funny.
That's disgusting.
So we pulled over to go to the bathroom, use the restroom and stuff. And I just went through like a whole pack of wipes, like wiping her face, her hand. She kind of wakes up like, what is going on? It was just a lot of that kind of stuff. So, I mean, nothing really that big of a deal, but it was like, oh man, you just don't.
It's never a great road trip.
You don't think about it,
Right.
and it's just like.
Right.
So you just got little pretzels and stuff all buried in all the seats and everything.
Ugh.
You got to get the
Just burn it.
just burn the car. You got to get the shop
Report
back
the
out.
car stolen. They'll
Yeah.
think it was a joyride, set on fire.
Yeah, but it was fun. I mean, it was fun. It was just a hilarious. I mean, getting to take our kids to a hotel that they haven't done for so long.
Right.
They're just like, wow, this is an amazing hotel. I mean, it's just like a standard hotel
It's a hotel.
with 2 beds and a lookout.
I remember that though. I still,
know, it's
I
just-
still like hotels. I remember being a kid loving hotels.
Of course. But for it to be like the most amazing hotel and everything, it was just hilarious. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
They're just loving every second, bouncing on both beds, back
Right.
and forth the whole time. It was great. It was a fun trip. Super glad we did it. Super proud of my wife for going on the run and getting it done. But it was taking the kiddos up there and
Yeah.
carting them around a little. It's like a little Dutch-inspired town.
Mhm.
So all the buildings look, Dutch inspired. But they look old, even though they're like, you could see them working on some building, the facade and making it look like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, I know the town's been there for a long time. So, but it's just really fun. Good spot to go.
Good times.
Good times.
And why did today suck?
Today sucked because, oh man, you're going to love the dumb dad moment. It's sort of a dumb dad parenting moment as well. So, so we have a lot of stuff going on with dumb dad. And I was like, I have this time in the morning to go do some reshoots. I got to go reshoot some videos for us. So I'm going to go out front, reshoot the videos. And I'm like preparing to get it done. And I go out, I'm like, the lighting is just right. And I go stand in my front yard and I'm like about to roll camera. And my wife is like, it's 7:50. Like, my son has to be in school in 10 minutes. So I was like, okay. So
Perfect.
picked all the camera equipment up, like ran inside, and she doesn't even have to say it to me. I'm thinking like, what am I doing? Like, didn't even consider looking at what
Weren't
time
thinking.
it was. Wasn't thinking, man. I was just thinking like, I got to get some work done in the morning. So here I'm out there doing this, and she's like, it's 7:50. So I'm like running inside, throwing the stuff down, getting my keys, like rushing out to the car. We're telling my son like, we gotta go to the. He's like he's in the bathroom, just going to the bathroom. He doesn't know how to manage his time in the morning. It's totally
No.
fine, not on him at all. But he's like, oh, we're late. So now it turns into a thing. We're running to the car, rushing and everything. I mean, I don't know how. I get him there, basically tag him in, just throw him over the fence, and I tag him in with the QR code. He like rushes. His classroom just had started walking to the classroom, so he
Right.
runs up, gets in line. It was like, oh man, made it,
Sure.
and I mean barely, but
Yeah.
got him there. Everything he had was
Counts.
great. Everything was, it was just perfect. Came home. It was probably, started to work on stuff with my wife, and only about a half an hour later did we both look at each other, and she looks at me and goes, it's picture day. And we just shoved him out the door.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What's
And
he wearing?
It was okay. It was like a little maroon shirt with a plaid overshirt, but he has needed a haircut. for a while.
Yeah.
And so we were trying to look at it the other day, like trying to book an appointment. We couldn't find any appointments around. Gee, I wonder why. And so I thought even last night, I was like up late doing stuff, and I thought, I got to wake up in the morning, film that thing. Maybe I can give him a little bit of a haircut, just trim it. Maybe I could like comb it in place and trim it to where it looks a little bit okay, just, and which I'd be okay with doing. Never even thought about it. Never even thought about it until my wife said it, and it was like, oh, man. Okay. So it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah,
and so
the first grade photo. What are you expecting?
I mean, ultimately, every time that he's taken, even like when they did preschool photos, we're thinking like, I wonder what he did.
Yeah.
Because like, what do we care? You could take a picture of your kid and 100 pictures of your kid on your phone every day.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of the special thing. You go to school and stuff, but it was kind of like whatever.
It used to be a special thing.
If it's a funny photo, it's a funny photo, But so that's how the morning started. It was just that kind of a day, just like wow. Not in it.
Not a great start.
You can have a bunch of days in a row of doing stuff on schedule, getting them to school and everything. Yeah. There's a day. It's like when you're watching your favorite team and you're like, what are they doing? Didn't they have practice all week? Like what is happening? And so it just felt like that. And I go to pick him up from school and I was like, so it was picture day, huh? He's like, yeah. Everybody had new haircuts.
Not you, bud. Not
like,
you.
Everybody's hair looked great. I was like, your hair looked like a mop. But I told him, I was like, hey, look, there is such a thing as makeup day. I think they do makeup days. If you really wanted, we could always get your hair. We still need.
If you really wanted.
Well, because he kind of thought like.
He's in first grade.
Well, I tried to fix my hair with my hands a little bit before I got my picture taken. I was like, you did? He's like, yeah, I was like sweeping it to the side and stuff. I just kind of wanted it to look nice. And I was like, you sweet boy. You sweet boy. The fact that he's like thinking about it, like, I better put myself together here. Like he's got a job interview after he went on a bender or something.
Oh my gosh.
Slap yourself in the face a couple times. All right, here we go. Smile. So, but yeah, as soon as my wife was like, picture day, we both just burst out laughing.
Yeah.
Like, man, the state of how he left the house. We're like, get in the car. We got to go now. It was like the opposite of how you'd think you'd want to leave.
For picture day.
For picture day. So, yeah, just little things here and there all day long, spilling stuff, trying to get things right.
Yeah.
Daughter didn't want the thing. You asked for it and everything. It just felt like, man, a slog of a day of parenting. And then pretty much before I came over here, my son comes home from school. He has a little snack bag that they come home from school with. Had the little pizza in there. Yeah. And he's like, can I have that for snack? I'm like, sure, man. No problem. So still kind of doing 2 or 3 things at once. I throw the thing in the microwave a few times, get it to where the cheese is all nice and hot, melted.
Sure.
Take it out of the microwave, and I'm carefully cutting it with a pizza cutter to cut himself a nice little, it's like a little personal pan pizza looking thing, right?
Yeah.
Cut the first cut, cut the second cut. I'm going to do it in thirds. I go to press and cut it, and the plate was just on the edge of the cutting board. I didn't realize. So when I pressed down, it flipped upside down and dumped the pizza on the back of my hand. Just melting,
a little burn,
melting cheese. And of course I'm like, fuck, like dump the pizza out of reaction. The cheese is still on my hand. So I turn on cold water. I'm dumping my hand in cold water. I got melted pizza sauce, upside down pizza all over my pants and my shoes and everything. So for like
dummy.
So for like the next 15 minutes, I'm like washing my shoes in the sink. They don't.
And you hear
my wife's
still waiting on that pizza.
Yeah, I know. What's the ETA on that pie, Dad? And which is funny because my wife is helping him with his homework at the time, and they both look up and they're wondering why isn't Dad wearing pants? They kind of miss the commotion.
I asked Dad for a pizza, and he's pantsless washing his shoes in the sink. I don't know what I said, but he is broken.
I think Dad is having a bit of a day. He's losing it. So anyway, it's just kind of one of those days, It just, no matter what you did or how you prepped, you felt, how focused you were, it was all good. But it was just one of those days.
Yeah, that's so sad.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
Oh, it wasn't. But good for you.
And won't.
Good for you. That's delightful. So
there you go.
I've had a couple days that aren't like wild, but I'm not doing well. And I know I've talked about this before.
What's the follow-up adjective here? Or the
with kindergarten homework.
Oh, it's you're finding it really difficult to do.
Sometimes. No. It
So
is.
what do they want here?
So just color the things that start with I.
What was it before? Your E. Your H. Draw your H. How you think an H should be.
Yeah, they want an H to be. And I don't think that's the wrong answer. But here's my thing. It's driving me insane because the first couple weeks
Okay.
she's had homework. It has been that. It's been a piece of paper that was like trace H, circle the letter H.
A little bit of a review.
A bit of a review.
I mean, that's what I think the first couple weeks of
rainbow
school is.
color it.
Yeah, a little bit of a review.
Now she's doing, again, kindergarten.
Uh-huh.
She's doing full days of school
Uh-huh.
in person. So
Mhm.
you can't lean back on the whole, like, well, it's remote. They're half days.
She's 8 to 2:30.
She's there.
Mm-hmm.
She's coming home with a sheet of math homework, 2 sheets of like letter work, and she has to do 1 to 2 of this program on her iPad.
Yeah, like a reading
She's got
exercise sort of thing.
4
Finding letters.
pages.
How long does it take her to do her homework?
We can do it pretty fast if she sits there and
If
gets
she's
through
motivated
it.
to do it, yeah.
And I have made the, like, it's not even like make the mistake. I just know, like, oh, well, great, I'm going to pay for this later. It's like we get home and something's going on and she wants to be involved in it. Then it's like, all right, fine. I know you're going to be an absolute dumpster fire later when we have to do the homework.
Yeah.
You're going to be awful. This is going to take us an hour. But you want to do this thing, and this thing is happening in front of you. Let's just do it. Like, whatever it is. Like, we're going to go somewhere, or your brother is playing something that you're interested in.
Sure.
If it's not like watching TV or something, then if it's watching TV, I'm like, no, you got to do your homework.
Yeah. It's hard to
justify homework for kindergartners.
yeah, that's a good one.
I'm furious about it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they work on it in school and stuff.
I feel like it's just teaching them to hate school as soon as possible. I feel like she's in kindergarten.
Teach them early.
Here's another thing. I'm just struggling with kindergarten in general. So listen, my daughter and my son both get on my nerves every day. They just do. Like, kids just get under your skin. I'm not going to be this dad who's just like, my kid is perfect. But what annoys me is
no,
like...
No, your kids are not perfect.
So
close. Yeah,
so close.
Really close. But really close, though.
Really close.
On the verge of, maybe.
If not for the third eyeball in the back of her head. So
covers it up nicely with the bows.
Mm-hmm. If only. So I'm having trouble with like the teacher today at pickup. I'm just not doing well.
Yeah.
The teacher today at pickup was just like, and I understand it's important to sit in your seat and pay attention. And she was just like,
You're doing a good job of it now.
Wagging finger of, I'm doing a great job sitting down. Because I have beer here. And I have motivation. If there's chocolate milk and Bluey on, my kid wouldn't move.
Yeah.
But the teacher came out today, like, wagging finger, like, she's not staying in her seat. And when she goes to throw something away in the trash, she chats with a kid. And all of that, yeah, she shouldn't be doing that. She's a kid, and they were in school. And
but a
the
5-year-old doing it.
But it's
a 5-year-old.
Like, the wagging finger as if it's like, we're in...
Who's she wagging the finger at? You?
Like, we're in... No, she's wagging the finger at my daughter. She's like, and now I told her. And I was like, well, are you talking to her? But we're talking about her.
To me.
This is a teaching moment. Anyway. But it's just this, like, tough thing where I'm like, I'm not saying... Like, they have to cover a lot of stuff in kindergarten. They got to go over the alphabet, numbers, and start reading, start writing. And I am just like, they're 5. And I'm totally fine if the teacher gets frustrated with the kids. Because she should. Every job is frustrating, and kids are frustrating. Put them together. What do you get? But it's like this leaving school, like, where does your kid get off? And I was like, she's 5. Like, I'm going to talk to her about it on the way home. The whole time she's going to be thinking about, I cannot wait to have this slushy thing in my bag. I don't even know what it is, but I'm excited about it. Are you done talking?
Can you calm down with that voice? I'm trying to think about this. What fluff the slushy flavor is here.
But on that, go ahead.
I know. I was going to say, my son did kindergarten last year, and because of the pandemic, it was like 3 hours of kindergarten, and it was a lot of like talking and stuff, and then and chatting and not just about whatever, but more of that interpersonal like developmental stuff with kids chatting together and with the teacher and stuff, and then the homework was after, which is like fine. I'll do the writing and letter tracing and stuff with him after the fact, because it's probably more important that he interacts with other kids this way, but yeah, it's weird that you say that she brings home about as much as he had. He probably had a little bit more, to be honest. He had like 4 pages of math. He had like probably 4 they're called seesaws or whatever. It's like a little app that's on there. There's like a school issued iPad, and it's like and each one probably takes like probably 2 or 3 minutes or something if you're just focused on doing it. That's the thing about 5-year-olds. Like, it's hard to sit down and just focus on the thing.
Yes.
And they will find any excuse naturally to just not really be zeroed in on it. It's hard to hold the attention no matter what. So yeah, it is a bit weird that there's that much homework after the fact, considering they're probably doing a lot of that in class. Hopefully they're doing a lot of that in class. I mean,
I will say, as I'm complaining, my daughter got a math sheet, and it's just like, I don't know if my wife saw this. Meant to show her. Sorry, honey. But it was just like, count the number of things, write down the number. Mm-hmm. So it was like 6 cupcakes.
Yeah.
My daughter would count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to herself, and then she would write down 5 plus 1 equals 6 and circle it. And I was like, nobody asked you to do that, but that's okay.
It's something they do in class that she's getting confused as to, like, I think I should do this here as well.
Yeah. And I'm just like, all right, whatever Matt Damon stuff you need to do to Goodwill Hunting. So, they just wanted one number, but sure, show your work.
Show some work. Yeah. That's not, I don't even know what work that is. It's wild. I mean, but you'd be surprised how, because it worked in kindergarten, how much he understood more and more. I mean, like letters, numbers, addition stuff came so much faster to him at the end of kindergarten. I thought, like, man, I guess I didn't really think about this would be something that they'd be learning in kindergarten.
Yeah, no, I mean, me neither. But
and here we are now, a little, just not even that far into school, and it's like he's got 20 minutes of reading he needs to do every night or every afternoon after school, and he does it with an adult or by himself or whatever. And so usually he reads one of the bedtime stories, but here, I mean, like less than a year removed, he's sitting there just going through 30 pages of a book by himself, reading it out loud to everybody.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. This is just, I mean, all kids get there, and it's wild to see it happen, I guess. That goes from 5.5 to 6.5, but all of a sudden it's like we're listening to him read this story, and he like fumbles on a word a little bit and like sound it out and help him. But here he is reading a book, it's just crazy.
No, it's cool. I'm just, I'm against homework for elementary school kids.
I mean, I'm
elementary
school
down,
kids.
Dumb dad coming down.
I understand. I think homework, I struggle with it a little bit as well in general. For little kids, I struggle to see it at all.
Right. School can still be fun, but when you give them work, because no matter how fun school is, if you give them work to do when school is over, and no matter how fun school was, they know that school's over, and now like there's a freedom there. Like, even though I had fun at school playing with my friends and stuff, there's still like rules that I had to follow whether I wanted to or not. Now school's over and I'm free, and it's like, no, you're not. Remember that school thing? You brought some more with you. I feel like that's what's going to make them start to hate school sooner than it would.
I mean, my son, now he just has like, it's all has to do with spelling.
It's just my opinion, everyone.
There's a new.
Go ahead and add.
Yeah, my teacher, my kid's teacher, sort of the way she understands math and how new math is going on and how they're starting everything. He does not have math homework.
Is that Common Core?
And will not have math homework. So once in a while they count collections in class, and then it says like optional. You can do it with an adult. Show them like how. And I was like, how did you count? Once in a while. Because he doesn't have to do it. I'll ask him, did you guys count collections in class today? And he'll say, yeah. I'll say, show me how you did it today. So he'll show me really quick.
That's fun.
Which is kind of a good, tricky way to get him to do it a little bit extra, you know? But he will have some sort of like, it's all about spelling and words. So it's this one sheet of spelling. It's this one sheet of spelling. And as it progresses through the week, he's got about 2 or 3 pages to do with spelling Thursdays because he's got a spelling test Friday. And that's kind of the routine. And I'm curious to know, because you said, and I understand if there's an activity, she kind of has like, okay, school's over now, I'm home. Oh, I want to go to the store, or I want to, can I help make the cookies too, or whatever the case may be. Because my son struggled with it so much. If you bring it up later, like, can I watch my iPad for a little bit? Like, sure, you just got home from school, no problem. But even if it's like a half an hour later or an hour later or something, that he's doing something else or building Lego or something, and then, okay, now it's time for homework. It was like that switch. He wasn't down for that.
No.
So we decided it's going to be not fun for a few days, but we're just going to commit and explain to him, I think it's smarter if we just come home from work, pick out the snack we want, right? And then we'll just do our homework.
Yeah, that's what we do.
And then it's up to you if you want it to take a long time because you're getting distracted or you're kind of goofing off or you're drawing pictures on the back of the paper when you should just be blowing through the words.
Right.
You know? And so then when he sits there and says, this is taking forever, it's like, I know. It makes it seem like it takes forever when you whine about it and screw around the whole time. And he's like, but all you got to do is do it.
Forever.
Like it's a sheet of paper. All you got to do it. You know,
Yeah.
all you got to do is do it. So the sooner you do it, the sooner you'll be done. And I think that's hopefully the mentality we can get in him, that it's just like, just get home, do it, and it's over. You know, and it's over.
Still hate it.
I still hate it. I know, but it's like,
not a fan of it.
But I mean, I think your daughter said that week or two ago that she's like, I don't want to do this. And you were like, okay, well, you can choose not to do your homework, but that's on you. You have to go tell your teacher the next day, I chose not to do this. And then it was like the envision of her telling her teacher, I didn't feel like doing this. She's like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'd rather do homework than do that.
Yeah. And she did. She did her homework.
She did her homework. Because, who's going to do that? Hey, boss, I didn't do my job.
Why not? Oh, didn't want to.
Didn't want to. Okay. Well, I don't want you to work here anymore. Okay, that's fair.
Wait, so I'll have no more homework? All right, sweet.
No more homework. Great.
But on school, it's not it might be a dumb dad moment. Here's a dumb dad moment. We'll check back in later.
To say that we think the homework shouldn't exist?
No. This is something new.
We'll just wait for the letters. They're coming in now.
Right in.
And I'll add it to the mailbag.
I'm not passionate about it, but I am at the same time. Like, I'll read it, and if there's more than 2 people that write in, I'll read them all.
Yeah, we'll read them.
But here's something we're gonna check back in, because I have to email the principal tomorrow.
Oh, now that is a scary email. How many drafts do you think you're gonna go through before you hit send?
Oh, just the one. No spell check. Go for it. Dive right in.
Dictated by Siri.
Hello. Yep, dictated by Siri. New paragraph. Okay, so I was elected unanimously.
Yep.
As the fundraising chair.
Well, define unanimously.
No one else
No
voted
opposed
against me because there was no other options.
Yeah.
But nobody said in absentia. There was none of that. It was all there. Okay.
Okay.
I think I used an absentia wrong.
I mean, I couldn't even begin to tell you what that means.
That means you're absent for graduation.
That I know.
I know that. I heard that enough times in my life. Daniel Clark in absentia. Evan Kyle Berger. Why are you doing the C first? But I have to email her because fundraising chair of the PTA at my school, and I don't want to say it's a big deal because I don't know what it entails. And the reason I say that is because nobody, and the president of the PTA, her daughter is in class with my daughter, and we've hung out on playdates and stuff.
Yeah.
So I know I'm not entirely missing anything, because she'd be like, "Hey, where's the portfolio?" And I will run, and my daughter will go to new school because we'll leave. But I know I'm pretty much not missing anything. But the did you get those things today? There was like booklets. Those like order stuff, and part of the proceeds go to the school. You know, like it's just like random stuff, like water bottles. And it's like other brands. It's not like all school stuff. It's like
it was like
cooking ware and stuff like that. And
yeah, I don't know. We got something that was like, send this link out to your family members. Everything they buy is like, 20% of their purchase goes to the school or something like that.
Yeah. Same. And
That's like a ton of stuff that you don't want.
I feel like I should have had a hand in that. Like we came home and took it out of the backpack and went, oh no, this has fundraising chair written all over it, except it doesn't because I didn't do anything with it. So it might be a dumb dad moment. It might be that they already had it done before I was voted in. It was only voted in a week ago. But
that's so good that you were like, was it like a sinking feeling? Like, I feel like I should have been a part of this. Or was it like, what the hell? This needs to go through me first.
No, dummy.
No,
dummy. It was option C. My wife said, shouldn't you have something to do with this as the fundraising chair? As I'm leafing through it going, this is kind of nice.
This is a cool idea.
Whoever put this together is doing a great job. Wouldn't change a thing. So I don't know.
Looks like I'm promoting somebody.
Somebody
I don't even know what I'm doing there.
Subject line to the principal, where do you get off?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Where do you get off? What the hell is this? So I'm sent this. This comes home with my daughter, and it didn't run through me. Who approved all of these products?
Water bottles. Anyway, if you include me in
I'll see. Yeah, I'll see you in your office at 3 sharp.
Yeah. What do you mean it's closed at 3? Every day? Oh, I should learn the schedule.
When would be the most convenient time for you to meet with the fundraising chair?
At your earliest convenience. So yeah, I am gonna have to email her tomorrow and be like, should I be doing something? Because booklets are going out to raise money, and
where are people sending that? Should I know that information?
Yeah.
Should I do anything?
Am I required to buy a certain amount as the fundraising chair?
Yeah.
Because
do I get a larger discount as the fundraising chair? Is that a pretty inappropriate question to ask you?
And as the fundraising chair, I'm a chairman of the PTA. What are my stock options?
Yeah, and it's just going to come back. Stop calling yourself that.
The chairman. Mr. Chairman is Mr.
Really, you misunderstood. They were saying, do you need a chair, man? Because you were like standing. Hey, I got voted.
The floor recognizes Chairman Dumb Dad. Hey, that booklet, that was glossy print. Was that more expensive? More expensive than what? I don't know.
I just thought I was supposed to do something.
Let's raise some funds.
And have fun doing it. Raise some fun while raising. Why are you guys leaving? What's going on?
I have a question. Do I need to make one of those big thermometers for the fundraising? Or is that something that we order online?
And do I get reimbursed for the red pens? Because let me tell you something. We're getting to 100 degrees real quick.
Could we just use construction paper?
One of those big thermometers. Oh, man. Well, good luck with that. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you'll be called into the principal's office no matter how you word the email. So the rushed feelings of anxiety and getting in trouble by the principal will just overwhelm you at some point tomorrow, and I can't wait to hear about that.
I think if she legitimately calls me into her office to like just chat about stuff, obviously I won't be in trouble. I think I will be just giddy to be in there for the first time, not in trouble in decades. Stay tuned, guys. Update on the Dumb Dad fundraising debacle.
Can't wait to hear about this.
Yeah. But guys, thanks so much for hanging out and listening to us.
Yeah, before we go, I want to I have a dumb dad moment.
I thought you were queuing up the dad joke.
No, we got the dad joke.
All right.
Maybe you forgot it. I got it. But I want to read a quick dumb dad moment because it got sent to us, and I think it's a really funny one.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to step in here really quick. This is from Ian.
Hey, Ian.
Okay. A dumb dad moment. My wife and I have been parents for almost 10 years. Over the course of our parenting journey, we have fallen into a pattern where wherever there is a kid-related mess to be dealt with, she cleans up the kid while I clean up the mess.
Perfect.
When our oldest was still in diapers and sleeping in a crib, she went through a phase. My wife and I disagree on how long this phase actually was. I contend it was going on for weeks, and she says it only happened twice.
Well, he wrote it, so it's weeks.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely twice. where she was where she would take off her diaper while in the crib.
Oh no.
You can see the problem here.
Yeah.
If the writing is on the wall, if you will. If the diaper isn't on her body, it can't do what diapers are meant to do.
Unless you're sitting on it.
Yeah, but that feels like it'd be lucky. Right. That'd be lucky.
Just lay a couple eggs and get off your nest.
Wow. The first time this happened, we went into our daughter's bedroom to get her up from a nap and found poop in the crib. One discreet turd, but smeared everywhere.
Oh, no.
My dad brain immediately sprang into action. Do something. That's a good note for you. It's the chair there. Just do something.
I think that's what the principal's going to say.
So I reached in and grabbed it, the poop, with my bare hand. Now I'm standing in the middle of the room holding poop in my hand, and my brain chimes back in. Good job, dummy. Now what?
Now do something else.
Yeah, do something else. Anyway, my wife grabbed our daughter and immediately took her into the bath, and I cleaned up the poop from the crib, and now myself. Thanks for the pod, Ian.
Oh, man.
Ian,
that is...
It's such a wonderful example of what he said, do something, which is such a funny parenting thing when you're I mean they have a predetermined agreement, which is like something happens, I'll clean the kid, you clean the mess.
Mm-hmm.
Which not really sure how I feel about that agreement. I don't know which one I would pick. I think I would pick the kid.
Clean the kid, not the mess?
Well, because they have a set agreement. If something messy happens, he's like, I'll just clean up the mess. You take the kid. Here's the thing. I think if you're in the mindset of like, the kid doesn't know, right? The kid doesn't know. So you have a little bit of compassion cleaning the kid up. Oh, sweetie, you silly goose. We don't do that, okay? But you don't want your kid to be messy and gross. If they do something like that, you're cleaning him up. Or he's just in there cleaning shit up.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to get the anger stirred up or the frustration stirred up when you're just cleaning shit off everything.
Yeah, but if he's a details man, you kind of have fun getting in there.
Yeah. It's more of an obsession.
Yeah.
It's the clean as the days we bought it.
Yeah. The frustration for me there is when you're just like almost done and you see another spot and you're like, oh, almost missed that. And then you turn your corner and you see that from this angle now you saw a bunch of other stuff you missed and you're like, was I even trying?
Yeah. So you see what I mean? It's there's I don't know which one I would pick. I feel like I'd pick the kid.
No.
Clean up the kid.
I'd clean up the mess.
You don't think? Because
we'd make a good couple.
I'm going to give you one more argument here. The mess can be bigger. The kid can only be so messy.
I can't imagine. It's like the kid wrote on the wall and she's like, all right, you said you'd clean the mess, and she just walks away and washes his hands, and he's going to scrub walls. I'm sure she helps out in those scenarios.
Hey, pal, a deal's a deal.
Oh, well, if he's just covered in his own feces, then he's finishing up Monday Night Football then.
How do I get it off the ceiling?
Yeah. Thank you for that submission, Ian. That is spectacular.
So good. I just love the reaction. I love in those crazy moments, like, something's bad happening, do something. He just grabs it. Like... You still didn't technically, you technically did something,
I like that he grabbed
but you
it
didn't
and
really do
paused.
anything.
He paused long enough to go, oh, I'm just standing here with this.
Do something. Your brain's like, do something. You're like, great. So your body does something, and your brain's like, why did you do that?
That wasn't.
That's still not really doing it. You're just holding it now.
The wife could have grabbed the kid. You could have collected the. It's fine. It's
now
fine.
you're one-handed.
God, I hate being your brain.
It's like the wires are all crossed all the way down there. So anyway, yeah, please send in your dumb parenting submissions to dumbdadpod@gmail.com.
Or DM us on Instagram at dumbdadpod. Also at dumbdadpod on Twitter and the TikToks.
On the TikTok. You can't DM us there, though, because I don't really understand why. But you can DM us on Instagram.
You can on Twitter.
You can on Twitter, yes. All we got to do is remember to turn it on and look at it.
I get push notifications because it's so rare.
Oh, Mr. Fancy Phone.
Because it's rare. It doesn't bother me. Yeah, and we're the Dumb Dads on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, thanks so much for listening. We really appreciate it. Thanks to @Verdue for the beats.
Check him out, @Verdue on SoundCloud. He pretty much releases a new beat or a new song every week. That guy hustles.
And Evan's going to take us out with a dad joke.
Yep, you ready for it? It's going to be a real banger.
Mm-hmm.
What are Mario's overalls made of?
Denim, denim, denim.
Denim, denim, denim.
Bye.
Bye.